Did you ever those guys called Boy Shonde? Those guys used to terminate her with the mouth.
Hey,
Boy Shonde.
Usipom pachana
Can you imagine if I use that mouth?
Man, you know, kina madhe walikuwa in traffic.
Yeah.
Tuweza kushow ni memoti.
Na mzee alikuwa ile fresh.
Ameenda kutaga tu.
Wasa alikuwa anajiki kisha tu alikuwa dealer all boys. Episode 24, part 1 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast, or we can say that 3QP. Today being the 14th day of May 2017, we're shooting from Kilimani, and we want to thank our hosts for giving us the opportunity to shoot episode 24, which should be dropping within the course of the week on Facebook and on YouTube. As we always begin, we like to thank our fans, our viewers, our subscribers, our followers, for taking your time, 30 minutes in a week, to watch every episode of the Three Quarters Podcast. And on behalf of the Three Quarters Podcast, all you can say ni asanteni na shukran sana. With every passing day, the road to Japan draws closer. As a matter of fact, on 10th May 2017, that's this past Wednesday, the draw for the pools in Japan was conducted. For the Rugby World Cup in Japan was conducted in Kyoto, Japan. It is as a result of this that we've created the Road to Japan hashtag to garner support for the Kenya Simbas as they begin their World Cup qualifiers. They begin with a game against Uganda, then take on Senegal and Tunisia and Nairobi. They go to Bulawayo to tackle Zimbabwe and finish up with a game against Namibia in Windhoek. Therefore, jump onto the Road to Japan hashtag to support the Kenya Simbas because these boys are indeed the superstars of rugby in Kenya. This is Ngashi, official noisemaker.
Jeringus, Kenyana.
And before we start, we want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Na wale wana mama. Anyway, let's get into matters rugby. Enterprise Cup, Ngusale. Yesterday, our feature game of the week was Resolution Impala Saracens versus Sport Pesa Harlequins, otherwise known as Ngong Road Derby. This was happening at Impala RFC grounds on Ngong Road. What were your thoughts on the game?
Some guys were very unsure, John. They didn't turn up.
Yeah.
At all. I don't think... Okay, it was a very entertaining game, first of all.
Yeah.
But Queens were really hammered.
Yeah.
In all sectors of the game, if I may say. Like the set pieces. Come to the lineups. In the lineups, Impala dominated.
Yeah.
All through. To a point that they couldn't, when you get penalties, going for the lineup was a bit shaky. You'd be scared.
Exactly.
Because the ball will always be stolen, if not most of the time.
Yeah.
So, I think we enjoyed ourselves with Impala coming out on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25-15. And I remember telling someone last week that Queens were going to have a hard day. Number one, they were going to be missing the influential center pairing of Patrice Agunda and David Ambunya, who are with the Kenya Simbas in South Africa. Number two, you could tell there were a lot of technical blunders from the technical bench, because the question everyone was asking after the game is, why was Shikuku playing at fullback? Why was Eric Shikuku playing at fullback? You have a guy in Pius Shindu who's been involved in the Kenya Cup season. Therefore, he knows many games. He knows how to handle the big game pressure. He's played in both Ngong Road derbies, so he'll be able to handle it. When Queens beat Impala at Impala in the first Ngong Road derby, he was a part of that team. Therefore, he would have been able to handle. But then you bring in someone, and no offense to Eric Shikuku, I think on a good day he's a very good player. But you bring someone who's been playing in Team 2.
Yep.
You bring him to Team 1. That's, of course, after the substitutions happened. Because they moved Kevin Keegan to fly half. They moved Isaac Adimo to first center. Yeah. Bring in Shikuku because... bring in Pius. Because Impala, as you said, Impala really dominated on all fronts. Yep. And they don't have too many guys missing. Fine, Neto Simuyo is not playing.
Neto Moon was Simon Munyafu.
Yeah, Simon Munyafu was not playing.
Yeah. They missed Onsomo. Onsomo was not around as well.
But you see, fine, you don't have Onsomo, but you have Mohamed Omolo, who's been deputizing for Neto this season. Omolo comes in at number 9. Then you have Robin Kiplagat coming in at number 10, who can play 10 and fullback.
Fullback as well.
You have Anthony Nyandigisi in the team. Nyando. Come on, guys. I think there was some technical blunders on Queens.
And also, I think leadership on the pitch as well. You could see. Okay, I think there was just like body language.
Yes.
Queens' body language. It was off.
Yes.
These guys, like, they were already defeated the moment they stepped to the pitch.
Yeah.
Look at, you should have seen how Impala guys were always, you can see they're hunting it and wanting it.
Yeah. Like, actually, it's good to say body language. Like, every time when we were starting watching the game, every time Impala scored, whether it's a penalty, whether it's a try, and you have to come for restart. It's only one person who was urgent. I mean, it's only Isaac Adimo who would see running to the half line. To the half line. The other guys were just trotting.
Yeah, with Hamza Kimbo.
With Hamza, exactly. And you know the saddest thing is that I overheard one of the players saying yesterday that now that the season is over, it's all about disco. So maybe the calls that have been happening in the rugby circles for sure shisha, sure strong shisha, or something like that. Maybe they actually are justified. But anyway, that was our game yesterday. Resolution Impala Saracens, that's a Sport Pesa Queens. The game ended 25-15 to Impala, and therefore Impala go on to the semi-finals. But before we get to who will be playing in the semi-finals, Goose, you want to give us the results for the other games yesterday?
The results for the other Kenya Cup quarter-final results. We had Cabras going through Nondis. 50-11. Yeah. The other match was the KCB as well. Pitia Black Blood. 48-6. Of course, Queens Impala versus Harlequins. Yeah. Impala coming out on top 25-15. Then Homeboys got a walkover from Strathmore. Sadly, it was such a sad situation. Yeah. These guys couldn't turn up for the game. Yeah.
And actually, that's Strathmore's story. It's good to talk about it. I had gotten intel, for lack of a better word, on Thursday about Strathmore not having enough numbers to field for a game. And I was asking myself, what the hell is that? I mean, come on. How? Bring in your team 2 guys to team 1.
Play the Enterprise Cup. But they did play Mwamba Cup.
They played Mwamba Cup, exactly.
The team 2 now played Mwamba Cup.
Yes.
I mean, the guys were too scared. The young boys.
It could be.
The big stage.
It could be that was the case, man. So anyway, as a result of the results Goose has just read you, next week, the fixtures for next week, semi-finals for the Enterprise Cup. We have Impala versus Cabras, a rematch of the Kenya Cup quarterfinals. This is going to be taking place at the Impala Rugby Grounds on Gong Road. And our feature game of the week, KCB Rugby Club versus Homeboys RFC. This is going to be taking place at the Den. Predictions real quick. Impala versus Cabras.
Cabras. I think at the end of the day, let me just say this, we'll have our Kenya Cup final once again.
A rematch of the Kenya Cup final.
A rematch of the Kenya Cup.
Rematch of the Kenya Cup final. Okay. The only reason I'm calling KCB is because they're at home.
Okay, the Den.
The Den. I mean, don't take it away from the fact that Nondis actually beat KCB at the Den.
And Homeboys also.
Yeah. Sorry, Homeboys, yes. Yes.
The Homeboys won again.
Yes, at the Den. Beat KCB at the Den. But I just think on this day KCB are going to be strong, and it's knockout rugby, and KCB have the maturity to deal with these situations.
But the Homeboys are hungry.
Yeah, Homeboys are true. They butchered Kenya Cup. What everyone feels was their season. Yeah. They butchered Kenya Cup. So I do think KCB is going to win and earn a spot to defend their title because they're defending champions. Yeah. And then I do think Cabras are a bit too strong for Impala. Impala are missing some very senior guys. Yeah. And I don't think they'll be able to match up to Cabras. There you have it. Enterprise Cup semi-finals taking place next week. Next week being the 20th of May 2017. Our feature game of the week is going to be KCB versus Homeboys at the Den. If you cannot catch that one, the other game, of course, is Impala RFC versus Cabras Sugar, which will be taking place at the Impala Rugby Grounds on Ngong Road. As always, we ask you guys to like our Facebook page, to follow us on Instagram, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That has been episode 24, part 1 of the 3 Quarters podcast. This is Ngashi Official Noisemaker,
Jerry Goose, Kenyana.
Stay tuned for episode 24, part 2.